Education and Science, Inspiration and Recognition. Revelations of Jesus Christ, from 1884 to 1950. The inspiration of scientific knowledge by God and the spiritual world. Thus saith the Lord, if the men of science who move and transform your world were inspired by love and righteousness, they would already have discovered how much enlightenment I have reserved for the science of this era, and not that little bit for which they have shown so much vanity. Solomon was known as a wise man because his judgments, his counsel, and his decisions were clothed with wisdom, and his fame crossed the frontiers of his kingdom, thus reaching other countries. Although he was a king, that man knelt humbly before the Father, asking for wisdom, power, and protection, recognizing that he was only my servant, and before me he placed his scepter and his crown. If all wise men and scientists would do it thus, how great their knowledge would be, and how many teachings would my secret sanctuary, yet unknown, reveal to them. Ask your wise men, and if they are sincere, they will tell you that they have asked God for inspiration, and I would give them more inspiration if they would request it with greater love for their brethren, and less vanity for themselves. Truly, I say to you, that all true knowledge that you have accumulated comes from me, and all that is pure and elevated I will use during this period for your benefit, for I have granted it to you for that purpose. The spirit of man has evolved. That is why his science has progressed. I have permitted him to learn and discover what he ignored yesterday. But he should not dedicate himself only to material tasks. I have granted him that light, so that he may work for his peace and happiness in the spiritual existence which awaits him. If you have used some of your sciences to analyze and judge me, would it not seem more reasonable to use them to analyze yourselves, until you know your essence and your materialism? By chance, do you believe that your father cannot help you along the path of your good science? Truly, I say that if you were able to feel the essence of the divine love, knowledge would easily reach your understanding without tiring your mind or exhausting yourselves with the study of subjects which you think are profound and which are truly within your capability. There is found in the great works of humans the influence and labor of higher spiritual beings who work and vibrate continuously in men's understanding, inspiring and revealing the unknown to their incarnated brothers. That is why, at all times, I will say to the scholars and scientists, you cannot boast of that which you understand or accomplish, because it is not your work alone. Many times you serve only as the instrument of those spirits that I mentioned to you. Has not the reach of your discoveries often surprised you? Have you not confessed to yourself that you are unable, or incompetent even, to attempt the things you have already achieved? Here is your answer. So why do you puff yourselves up? Understand that your labor is guided by higher beings, and do not deviate from their inspirations, because they always lead to good. Why, when humanity has witnessed the development of science and has seen discoveries which it would not have believed before, does it resist believing in the evolution of the spirit? Why is it obstinate in that which makes it stationary and lethargic? My doctrine and my revelations in these times are in accordance with your evolution. Let not the scientist be vain in his material work or his science, for in it my revelation has always been present, as has the help of the spiritual world that inspires from the hereafter. Man is part of creation. He has a mission to fulfill, as do all creatures of the Creator. But he has been given a spiritual nature, an intelligence, and a personal will, so that through his efforts he can attain the development and perfection of the spirit, which is the most elevated thing he possesses. By means of the spirit, man can conceive of his Creator and understand his benefits, as well as admire his wisdom. If, instead of being made conceited by your earthly knowledge, you would identify yourselves with all my work, there would exist for you no mysteries. You would recognize yourselves as brethren, and you would love one another as I love you. In you there would be kindness, charity, love, and therefore union with the Father. Recognition of scientists who work for the good of humanity. Human science is the materialized expression of the spiritual capacity that man has reached in this time. The work of men in this time is not the product of their minds alone, but also of their spiritual evolution. Material science has revealed many mysteries to you. Never expect, however, that it will reveal to you all that you should know. The science of the men of these times also had its prophets, whom humanity mocked and judged as mad, but who astounded you when their predictions were fulfilled. I do not disown the men of science, since I gave them the mission they fulfill, but many of them have lacked the prayer, the charity, and the elevation of the spirit necessary to be the true intellectual leaders of humanity. Today, man has extended his territories, ruling and traveling throughout the world. No continent, land, or sea exists that has not been explored. He has made pathways through the land, the sea, and the air. However, he is not satisfied with his inheritance on earth, and now studies and explores the heavens in search of greater domains. I bless my children's desire for new knowledge. Their ambition to be wise, great, and strong greatly pleases me. But I do not approve of their ambitions, nor of their sometimes selfish goals. I have endowed man with the intelligence that permits him to examine the makeup of nature, as well as its manifestation. I have permitted him to behold a part of the universe, and to feel the manifestations of the spiritual world. My doctrine, therefore, does not stagnate the spirit, nor does it halt the evolution of man. On the contrary, it frees them and enlightens them, so that they may analyze, reason, investigate, and work. However, what man believes to be the pinnacle of his intellectual research is barely the beginning.